I have some sad news to report. I am no longer the Empress of the United States, and I don't even think I'm the Empress of Russia or China anymore. Let me tell you what I believe has happened. I haven't heard from my men in about 3 weeks. The last I heard from them, conspiracy law had been instated in the United States, and my men were working on trying to get a coalition of countries to support us. That's the last I heard. But my men have gotten real quiet, and I haven't gotten any updates. So I got really worried, and I went to the Lord in prayer, and I said, what's wrong with my men? Why have I not heard from them? So I said, let's go online and see if they're alive. Because one time when they were quiet like this, they were out in outer space in a Jesuit space battle with the Jesuit fleet, and they almost all died. They had to almost go like on a suicide mission to save themselves. This was in May 2012. So I thought, well, let me go online and see if I see any videos of Vladimir or Brent so I can figure out at least if they're alive. Because I can pretty much tell if it's the clone or the real person, because I know my men well. And let me tell you what I've deduced from what I've seen. Let me show you what I have seen. Take a look at Brent. Okay. This is Brent.
I'm here with the amazing Brent Spiner. And Brent Spiner is the asteroid miner. That's his new nickname.
That is it.
Yeah.
And we're here with...
Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. God.
With the Arcade 100 Space Telescope.
Let me get out of here.
Of this 32-day pledge. I know you're
seeing. Look how sad he looks.
We're here in the beautiful Museum of Flight.
Now, let me tell you, he does not look happy. I know my Brent, and that is not a clone. That's the real Brent.
A few hundred of the
he just looks so
Vanguard volunteers been part of this.
He just looks so miserable.
Brent, I want to take a moment because you did something which was
something's not right with him. Look at him.
Campaign at the $5,000 level to become an education ambassador, which makes
and one thing that's really suspicious is he talking about his son. Look at this. He's hating this.
Have access to the Space Telescope, a curriculum, space selfies, imaging time.
Okay, let me go now. We're going to leave this. Now look at Vladimir Putin. Look at that face there. Oh my God, he looks miserable. Now, I actually saw a video of Vladimir 2 days ago, so my men are alive. And you know what? I can tell by looking at these pictures what's going on. I have been dethroned. The Jesuits have taken, I am no longer the Empress. And you know what they have done? They've gone to my men using one of their favorite tactics, which is death threats. Okay, this is a recent photo. This was taken... Actually, I've actually seen Vladimir on video, and he looks downright depressed, okay? So I just wanted to show that to you and to let you know that I have figured out by deduction what is going on, okay? What's going on is I am no longer the Empress. Conspiracy law is no longer in force, and the way the Jesuits did it is one of their favorite methods. Barack Obama, I want you to put me back on the throne. Okay, my men cannot tell me about this because the Jesuits have threatened to kill me. Yeah, the Jesuits have threatened to kill me if my men tell me the reason why I've been dethroned and why conspiracy law is no longer enforced in the United States. What I believe has happened is I believe that Zach Knight or some Jesuit went to my men and said, if you don't take your conspiracy law down, and if you do not dethrone Gail and take her and make her that she's no longer the Empress of the United States, and I'm probably not even the Empress of Russia anymore, and of China, he says, if you don't take her down, we are going to kill her. Jesuits, I dare you to kill me, okay? I go for a half-an-hour walk every day, okay? You are a pretty sorry bunch that the way you get me off of the throne and the way you, let me tell you, I just passed a law. It's the marriage laws. And according to my marriage, the reason I know I'm no longer on the throne is because according to my marriage laws, anybody whose marriage license is the marriage license of a clone. For instance, I state in my marriage laws that we do not recognize clone marriages. So let's say that somebody's husband or wife got killed and replaced with a clone, according to my law, that marriage that person is entitled to call themselves a widow or widower, and they are entitled to all the rights of a widow or widower, and they don't even have to go through the divorce process. The Jesuits hate my laws because they have killed many spouses and replaced them with their clones, and also I don't recognize clone marriages. So let's say if a Jesuit clone, like for instance, the Brent Spiner clone has married Jesuit Laurie McBride. We do not recognize that as a valid marriage between Brent and Laurie under conspiracy law, because under conspiracy law, a Jesuit clone, if they want to get married, they have to, in the marriage certificate, it has to state that they are a clone and that they are not trying to impersonate the authentic person in the marriage. And if the purpose for the marriage is to impersonate an authentic person, then that marriage is not valid. So that's how the fact that Brent is talking about his son, which is, you know, supposedly the son he had with Laurie McBride, shows me that my conspiracy law is not in effect. Barack Obama, I don't care if the Jesuits kill me. This is so wrong. That they win by using death threats, okay? Put me back up on the throne. World, you need to know how these Jesuits operate. I just put a video up of a recording of myself with Zach Knight, and he's a killer. He killed his own Pope, Pope John Paul II, because John Paul II wouldn't cooperate with him. Put me back. I know that the Jesuits have threatened to kill me, but I have made the decision myself that I want to be the Empress, because this is what the world needs. My conspiracy law, I want it to be instated. Now, if the Jesuits want to kill me, everybody will know who did it. Okay? I dare you to kill me, Zach Knight, or any of your stinking Jesuits. Put me back up on the throne. This is my wish. I realize that I'm putting my life in danger, and I realize the Jesuits have threatened to kill me, but we cannot allow an organization who goes around killing people as the means to maintain their power. We cannot allow these murderers to rule the earth. Put me back up on the throne. Instate my conspiracy law again. Brent Spiner does not have to go. Brent Spiner hated that. If you look at that video, he's miserable. He hates Laurie McBride. He didn't have willing and knowing sex with her ever in his entire relationship with her. She's maintained her relationship with him through extortion by threatening to kill me if he won't let her have wife or girlfriend status. And she's doing it again. Okay? And we're just going to put me back up on the throne, Barack Obama. This is my wish. We cannot continue like this. I want to be back up there. Okay, world, you need to get behind me and my men, okay? And I want you to be outraged that this Jesuit order they're going around lying to you. They're claiming that I'm against freedom of speech and that I'm against gun rights. I wrote a whole book about gun rights. The only people we don't want to have guns are Jesuits. Jesuits knew they couldn't beat us except for using this method. They know my men will literally do anything to keep me alive. Okay? I can tell the Jesuits have threatened to kill me. Zach Knight and the Jesuits, I go out for a walk every day. You want to kill me? Everybody will know who did it. I'm not suicidal, and I'm not crazy. Okay? But I'm getting sick and tired of you maintaining your power by using death threats on my men. You know that they would die for me. Okay? I want to be back on the throne. Whichever countries that they've taken over with conspiracy law, and if I'm the Empress, like China or whatever, you put me right back up on the throne, and I dare the Jesuits to kill me. Okay? This is my decision. I'm willing to risk my life in order to have some justice in this world. Barack Obama, I know that you're going to be listening to this video. I know the Gabriel Chana Fox News Channel will report on this. That is a disgrace that Brent Spiner was forced to make a public video about his son that he allegedly had with Laurie McBride, because if he didn't, they would kill me. I'm certain that I am no longer the Empress. But I'm hoping that within a half an hour after this video goes back up that I will again be the Empress. And like I said, Zach Knight and the Jesuits, if you kill me, everybody will know who did it. And they'll know what a sorry bunch of people you are, and you're going to lose a lot of public support. In fact, killing me might be the worst thing you ever did. Okay? I am the Empress of the United States, Russia, China, and whatever country is against the Jesuits. My conspiracy law is anti-Jesuit law. I am not against freedom of speech. The ones who are against freedom of speech are the Jesuits because they kill anybody who doesn't say what they want them to say, like look what happened to Brent Spiner. Okay, don't believe their lies. I am for freedom of speech, and I am for gun rights. In fact, my novel Silver Skies is all about gun rights, okay? The whole book. But we will not allow Jesuits to be armed because we don't allow criminals to be armed. And the only people that I consider to be criminals under conspiracy law are Jesuits. So if you're not a Jesuit, you don't have to worry about my conspiracy law. In fact, if you're not a Jesuit, you should love my conspiracy law because the Jesuits were behind Adolf Hitler. And you can see how they operate. They even get Vladimir Putin to shake in his shoes. Well, you know how they got Vladimir Putin to marry Ludmila? Ludmila showed up with a fake marriage certificate in which Vladimir Putin's signature was forged. This was in 2001. And they threatened to kill Laura Bush, President George W. Bush's wife. And they said, if you don't do this, then we're going to kill your wife, Laura Bush, so you need to force Vladimir Putin to marry Ludmila. Vladimir Putin was a widower. His wife's name was Larissa. Every Russian knows that. Put me back on the throne. They want to kill me, go ahead. My conspiracy law is in effect, and we're going to find out which Jesuits threatened you, and we're going to put an order out that they be executed. Okay, that's wrong. How dare you threaten to kill me and using that as the means to maintain your power? You sorry bunch of rascals. Vladimir Putin and Barack Obama, put me back up on the throne. Conspiracy laws instated. If they want to kill me, go ahead. I go out for a walk every time about 7:30 to 8 o'clock at night, Jesuits, and you know where I live, and you know how to get me. I dare ya. You don't scare me a bit, Zach Knight. Jesus will protect me from you. Put me back on the throne. Conspiracy laws instated, and that marriage license between Brent Spiner and Lori McBride under conspiracy law is invalid because it's a marriage license between Lori McBride and the Brent Spiner clone. Under conspiracy law, that is not recognized as a valid marriage certificate. And I can tell by the way Brent Spiner is behaving that my conspiracy law is not in effect. Put it in effect. Put me on the throne. My conspiracy law is in effect. The marriage license between Brent and Lori, no good. And also the marriage license between Vladimir Putin and Ludmila Putin, invalid. He was never married to her, not according to my conspiracy law. Okay? I dare you to kill me, Zach Knight. You don't scare me a bit. Jesus will protect me. I'm the Empress over the United States, Russia, China, world. I want you to actually go out there and protest Russia. That these Jesuits think they can rule the world by threatening my men with my death. We are not going to let the Jesuits rule by extortion. They're going to go down.